All right. Happy, beautiful evening. I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski out of Houston, Texas, sharing with you tonight what I think is absolutely the best opportunity that we'll see in our entire lifetime. So whether you're looking for better health, which I hope we all are, or possibly more wealth and lifestyle, we've got it for you. So in this beautiful front slide, we see a picture of the Organo corporate headquarters. In Vancouver, British Columbia. This amazing company is now 10 years old. They started out as really a health and wellness company with the top superfood on the planet, which we'll talk about a little bit later, called Ganoderma lucidum. And they found an incredible way to share that with people. And that's through delicious coffee and tea. And now we actually have shakes and detox drinks and energy drinks and soap and toothpaste, and more to come, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So this company had a vision of literally sharing the treasures of the earth with the people of the earth. And they found a phenomenal way to do it. Now, by the way, they're 10 years old, have crossed over 2 billion in sales, are in over 30 countries, and I'm thrilled to be a partner with them. So some questions to ponder. If you have a good relationship with someone, you just simply ask them if they're a coffee drinker, would you actually be open to trying a healthier cup of gourmet coffee? And most people, by the way, are open-minded and say, sure, absolutely. How about a healthier energy drink if they drink that, or a healthy fast food meal like our shakes? Or what about healthier ways, it says, to support our cells for better energy or sleep or digestion and more? And so they literally have detox drinks and energy drinks, all best in class, all that taste amazing, and all that have the amazing superfood Ganoderma lucidum. So I'm actually drinking the detox drink now, pink lemonade flavor. I like it hot as a tea. Phenomenal for the brain and body, and calms me down towards the evening. But here's a picture of their products, which are so brilliantly packaged and branded. Interestingly enough, one of my team members walked into an elevator in Las Vegas, and they actually showed someone a box of the black coffee, and they said, how much would you pay for that? And by the way, with the raised lettering and everything else, they said, oh, I'd say $50 because it looks that elegant. Well, the great news is we'll talk to you later about being a wholesale buyer, but you can get that incredible box with 30 sachets for just $18. So this is what makes our company so magic. The herb is Ganoderma lucidum. It's also known as reishi. It's also known as ling chi. So we go back thousands of years, and it was originally reserved for the royal family in China. Actually, it's been called the miraculous king of herbs. It's also been called the herb of immortality. But way back then, and you can look up the history, if someone that was not in the royal family of China was actually caught with this herb, first offense, they'd actually cut their arm off. Second offense, they would cut their head off. So it was absolutely that prized. Not to get into too much of a taboo topic, but these emperors were fairly old, 70s and 80 years old, and they were considered to be godlike. And because of that, it was part of their duty to pass on their DNA. So at age 70 to 80, history shows that these gentlemen actually had over 1,000 mistresses. So I always like to say we don't want to promote that type of lifestyle, but yet we do want to promote that kind of health and longevity. So what can the herb do? Well, it might be an easier question to answer. What doesn't it do? There's literally over 3,000 peer-reviewed medical studies on PubMed and millions of pages of documentation. But one of the simplest explanations I've seen, quite simply, is that our bodies are essentially swimming pools wrapped in flesh. We're about 2/3 water. And just for argument purposes, the most hydrated organ in our body is actually the brain. And so the amount of water and the quality of water that we have in our body is really, really critical. So if you look at a swimming pool, if you leave it alone, if you don't take care of it, just let it sit there by itself, eventually it starts getting an off-color appearance, and it may have weird things growing it and even have an odor, and certainly something you wouldn't want to get into. But after you put the right things in and pull the wrong things out, you can get a really clean, pristine swimming pool. And it's very, very accurate to say on every level that when we put Ganoderma in our body, we put the right things in, we help to pull the bad stuff out, and it's essentially cleaning the swimming pools of our body with every single dose. So when you think about people drinking coffee and tea on a regular basis, the average American drinks 3.3 cups a day, some people much more than that. You begin to realize that we've got a phenomenal opportunity to help people to achieve a phenomenal level of health. So whenever something gets popular, there's always going to be some level of competition that'll come up. So the company Organo has USDA certified organic Ganoderma grown by the natural mechanism. And unfortunately, right now, most of the competition is actually grown in a plastic bag. So one thing we know is that everything that happens on the inside of a human affects the outside, and certainly vice versa. So if you look at the outside appearance of these two plants, you can see that we easily have an appearance and function and quality a better choice. A little bit on our leadership real quick. It's been said that every company rises and falls with leadership. Well, these leaders have taken Organo to $1 billion in sales and now over $2 billion in sales, faster than any company in the direct sales industry. But it all started with the gentleman in the middle, Mr. Bernie Chua. So he actually patented a process to put Ganoderma in coffee and tea in a way that people weren't aware of it, except for the health benefits, no taste issues, nothing like that, no texture, and basically made it affordable and available to everybody. Mr. Shea Morand is the global master distributor. He has put Organo in over 30 countries, and all of them work tirelessly to help share these treasures around the world. Mr. Holton Buggs, who lives here in Houston, Texas, so I've got to know him real well. He is a master at creating simple systems and sharing, and he literally created the system that has helped Ganoderma become so popular and so powerful in the company Organo, so successful. So full disclosure, as we share tonight, in the end, I'm going to ask you for a decision. You'll actually go back to whoever referred you to this webinar with one of 4 answers. And some people will say, you know what, no, I'm not interested in the product. No, I'm not interested in the business. Now that's rare, but occasionally someone does. And let me assure you, if that's you, we'll honor your decision and we'll say, thanks for listening to us tonight. If you know anybody that we can help, send them our way. Some people will actually say yes to the product, but no to the business. And that's fine. We absolutely love our customers. In fact, we have a ton of them on our team ourselves, and we'll talk about how that can pay. Some people will say yes to the product. They'll actually want to make a small income. And I believe the average person in this country that does a side business wants an extra $500 per month. Fortunately, we were able to show people how to do that relatively quickly and consistently. And then finally, some people will say yes to the product and yes to the business. They want to build it big. So Organo has a lifestyle bonus, and literally these are all people on our team, the team that I'm talking about, that I'm with, that now have a company sponsored or completely paid for Mercedes-Benz. So let's start talking about coffee. So you may know a lot of people that don't really want to start their day without coffee. Over 80% of adults in North America drink coffee 3.3 cups a day. Every country on planet Earth understands coffee, utilizes coffee, and drinks coffee. So it's literally estimated that the world consumes 1.6 billion, with a B, billion cups a day. So that number is absolutely so staggering. I literally had an economics professor in one of my talks, and I said, Professor, what would your life be like if you had 1% of the world coffee market? And he said, Bob, with 1%, I would have Bill Gates type money. So this is an absolutely massive market. But just to put it in perspective, here are some facts. 1 billion years ago, there was no life on planet Earth, not even plant life. 1 billion days ago, there was no human life on planet Earth. 1 billion hours ago was the old Stone Age, nearly 114,000 years ago. 1 billion minutes ago was the Roman Empire. 1 billion seconds ago was 31.7 years ago. But 1 billion cups of coffee ago, that was 16 hours ago. So guess what? If you're on the Pacific coast, well, that was just after midnight. Here in Central Time, after 2 a.m. So 16 hours ago, 1 billion cups of coffee. This is absolutely amazing. So rather than give you facts about the market, let me share some people that actually switched to the healthy coffee and did a really good job cleaning their swimming pool. So this beautiful lady had actually struggled with this skin condition for her entire adult life. And after switching to our healthy coffee, that was the thing the body needed to nourish itself and clean itself out. This individual, it's hard to imagine when you look at that picture there that this is the same guy. So I like to point out, when you look at the neckline, you can see that there are actually still areas of pigment that need to come back. But now I'm in clinical practice as a chiropractor, acupuncturist, nutritionist. I've literally seen 3 cases in my own clinical practice where pigment has been restored. Another condition where this individual had literally 10 years of challenges. 30 days after consuming the coffee, her body was nourished and cleansed to the point where she had a phenomenal resolution. So another thing that they do really, really well is shakes that actually promote ideal body composition. So a lot of times people think about that as weight loss, and it's really, really good for that, and the majority of people need it. But the nutrition is so powerful, the protein content is so good for the body that people that consume more can actually use it for muscle building. So 40% of the world needs weight loss, and reality is most people don't stick with diet programs for a couple of reasons. It's not convenient, and it doesn't taste good, and it's not very satisfying. So Organo has created 2 flavors. They actually have their chocolate shake, which tastes like a chocolate Wendy's Frosty, or they have their vanilla, which tastes like vanilla birthday cake. So these other pictures, there's plenty of recipes within Organo where you can add some things to it and literally just make this taste any way that you want it in a delicious, creamy, amazing fashion. So when you look at these individuals here are some people that lost collectively 37 and 55 pounds. Here's 63 and 70, 80 and 53. And we even have people on our own team that have crossed that magic 100-pound weight loss mark. And I got to tell you, I've talked to these people directly. They said it was as easy as they've ever done. It's delicious. They have as many shakes as they want. They eat sensibly. They have more energy to move around more. And they're thrilled. And by the way, they have a calling card where people are saying, my gosh, what did you do? And how can I get some of that? And so when I showed you the products, we mentioned coffee, we mentioned tea, we mentioned weight loss, shakes. We also have soap, we have toothpaste, we have nutraceuticals, energy drinks, detox drinks, and more products coming. But literally all of these are healthy, all of them are delicious, all of them are best in class. So if you personally think you know anybody that either drinks coffee, tea, shakes, energy drinks, whatever, and they would be willing to try a healthier option, this is a business that you can build. So when I talk about the money, it's fascinating. This company actually has created 7 different ways to get paid. And I'm going to go over those briefly with you. But the first is actually retail sales. Now, there's some people that will actually sell coffee by the cup. So we can thank Starbucks for making it fashionable to sell coffee at $5 and more a cup. So I've seen people on our team that at a vendor show will have a hot water boiler. They'll open a sachet, mix it in a cup. They'll sell the black coffee at $3 a cup, the latte at $4, the mocha at $5. Kelly and I have 3 children. One, our son Jacob, is actually a mega earner in Organo and a former king of coffee. Our 2 daughters are in college, and they have a real nice retail business. And my youngest daughter is a very good salesperson. When people ask her, okay, how much is a box of coffee? A black coffee has 30 sachets. She'll tell them, I charge $35 for 1 box or $65 for 2. Well, guess what? Most people are going to buy 2. Our cost on that, $18. So you're making a pretty good profit on a box of 2. Now, the second way that we get paid is actually what's called a fast track bonus. As we actually start signing up people on our team, we'll get a bonus based on the product pack that they pick. And I'll go over the product packs a little bit later. But you also have the ability to build 2 teams and get paid on the volume of product that moves to their organization. So literally, I always like to ask people, how long do you think it would take you to find 2 people who feel overworked and underpaid looking for opportunity? And literally I had one woman say, well, I've got my two sisters with me now. Here they are, two people overworked and underpaid. So literally, if we do the math and we give you a month to find two people that actually want to build a team of business, your next goal is actually to teach those two to find two. And if it takes a month for them to get there too, you'll see by month 2, you now have 4 people on your team. Well, as doubling would happen in exponential growth, by the 12th month, if you did that every month, in that month alone, you would have added over 4,000 people to your team. Now, there's people that have done it significantly faster than 12 months, and they're very well rewarded for it. And then there's no time limit on how long it takes you to do that. My son started at age 18, and I think it took him about 3.5 years to cross 4,000 people on his team. But again, very, very rewarding. So as you begin to build this team of business, in the second way or third way of getting paid, the company literally gives you an option of either getting 10%, 20%, or 15% right in the middle of their first purchase and their original order. And so that can be some fast and amazing money. And believe it or not, this way of getting paid on what's called a dual team actually maxes out at $75,000 a week. So even though that may be hard to imagine for some people, it's possible. People have done it, and it's a great way to make some amazing money. Now, the company has now something they're calling their go-getter bonus. When people get started, they can actually bring people into the business. And if they enroll 6 new distributors within their first 30 days, they'll actually pay a promotion. So if those 6 people actually have about 3,000 total in volume on that team, that means the average person starting at the middle package, they'll get a $250 bonus. If they actually have over 5,000 in volume, they'll get a $500 cash bonus. I can tell you myself, we originally enrolled at least 10 people our first month. We know many others that have done it. So that's a bonus that you can absolutely go out and get. So recap, level 1 is retail sales. Level 2 is a bonus on enrolling people. Level 3, you get paid either 10, 15, or 20% on the initial orders. And now we've got levels 4, 5, and 6, which are actually monthly bonuses. And these are actually paid on reorders. Level 7 is actually called the global bonus pool. And the company in their brilliance has said, you know what, we're going to unite every organo distributor on the globe. By the time you get to be what's called a ruby or above, a $40,000 in team volume per month, the company takes 3% of all the sales over the world, and they split it up between people that have qualified at that level or above. And I can tell you that's an absolute wonderful bonus to be a part of. Some of the other amazing things about what the company does is they have now created a lifestyle bonus. So in that picture, I showed you pictures of Mercedes. For the first many years of the company, they would actually start paying a Mercedes bonus at level of Sapphire, which was $14,000 a month. And the bonus then would be $400 a month. By the time someone got to be a Ruby, they would actually get $600 a month. These are US dollars. Different numbers in different countries. For instance, Canada, I know that bonus is $750. Emerald gets an $800 a month bonus. Diamond and Blue Diamond get a $1,000 a month car bonus, lifestyle bonus. And Black Diamond or above actually gets that $3,000 a month bonus, which is absolutely amazing. So they've done a really good job taking care of everybody within the company. And they also have amazing incentive trips every single year. And in fact, I think we'll have about 40 team members joining us. But literally, as you start building your team, the company will tell you and reward you for building the business and doing things to maintain a regular customer base. And it's a 5-star cruise for 7 days to these absolutely amazing places. So you might ask, okay, well, how do I get started? Well, literally everybody starts with a $49.95 distributor kit. Now, this is something that puts you in business immediately in over 30 countries. So I can tell you that as a business person, I have created my own website for my office. I also have a merchant account. It costs many thousands of dollars to set up a good website and about $30 a month to maintain a merchant account, meaning credit cards are accepted anywhere all over the world automatically. The money is deposited electronically. So you get all that for a year for just $49.95. And then the company actually has 3 different starter packages, and we like to call them good, better, or best. So a bronze pack is about $250 worth of wholesale product. If you turn around and sell that, you'll actually make a significant profit, probably double your money on that, get everything back. And that gets you that 10% payment on the dual team. A silver pack is about $500 in wholesale product. If you turn around and sell that, again, you'll make a significant profit, getting all of your money back. And then finally, the gold pack is about $1,250 worth of wholesale product. The advantage there is you get paid more ways and more than twice as much as you build your business. The company also has absolutely amazing training in Las Vegas, September 1 and 2. They're going to have their training expo. And what they're going to have is the absolute best of the best in every aspect of the business on center stage, training exactly how they have built their amazing multi-million-dollar business. And there's also going to be a ton of surprises and gifts and major announcements, as this is the 10th anniversary of the company. So remember when we started, we said you were going to fall into one of 4 categories. Some people will say no to the product and no to the business. If that's you, we thank you for spending the time with us. But we always say, you know what, if you know someone we can help, please send them our way, someone who wants better health or better wealth. Some people will say yes to the product, no to the business, and that was me actually for a period of time. I can tell you that I was a personal consumer of the product and just sharing it with patients for the first year before I really bought into the business model. But I saw so much success from people consuming the product. I said, all right, this just makes too much sense. Some people will say yes to the product and they'll want to build a small business. And for those people, they can either start at the bronze pack or the silver pack. The advantage of more inventory is more product to sell and share immediately. And it's actually a lot easier to get customers and build your business. And then finally, some people will say yes to the product, and yes, they want to build the business big. For those people, the gold pack is the best way to go. These people absolutely get the amount of product they need to start serving and sharing, and they maximize their return on investment. So one of the things that I'm fully convinced of, my wife and I are serial entrepreneurs and have 5 different businesses. We've never found a business where we could actually do the work once and get paid for a long period of time. We now have a team of many, many thousands of people in over 20 different countries. And it's amazing that this is the business that people are going to drink their coffee every day, brush their teeth every day. Literally every day, more gets deposited into our Organo account. And I can easily tell you it's the best business decision we've ever made. If this makes sense to you, as one of my mentors said, just go ahead and get started. The worst thing that can happen is you won't have to buy coffee or tea for a while. And if you consume it, you'll be a whole lot healthier for it. So get back with the person that introduced you to this Zoom call and let them know, you know what, I'm a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. And if you're ready to join, we're ready to help you. I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski, knowing that we can all be happy, healthy, and successful. Look forward to helping you grow. Good, and God bless.